In Season 9, leveling is not only faster than ever before, but doing it the right way, also the most fun yet. And in this one, we'll do a quick and dirty guide on bringing all of you disgusting newbies all the way from level 1 to Torment 4 in a few hours. Let's do it. First things first, find yourself a leveling guide. I made a video covering one per each class, namely Flurry, Quill Volley, Minions, Blizzard, Trample Slide, and Double Swing. These are all great. And the only other builds I'd consider for leveling are Dance of Knives for the Rogue, Hydra, Chain Lightning, or Flame Wall for the Sorcerer, Pulverize for the Druid, or Blood Surge for Necro. I'll link a few in the description. All these builds are top-notch, and you won't really see any difference when it comes to leveling speed, as they all have their pros and cons. Pick something enjoyable and stick with it to 60. To find some lovely leveling builds, you either go to your favorite content creator or just head on over to Mobalytics or Maxroll. Mr. Big Penis Man is on MOBA, so let's see where you find them here. Go to the side view and click on Leveling Builds. Here you can scroll through the different classes. Hey look, it's Mr. Para Gaming. And Mr. Para Gaming again. Lovely. And in case you don't have a second monitor, that is, you're broke, you can use the overlay to bring the guides up within the game. Alright, and into the game we go. Say goodbye to Humongous Sack, because we need to make room for new characters. Make a new one, fill in all of the annoying shit, and get here, because here's where we find one of the top leveling strategies. So, if you haven't played the expansion before, then you do the Vessel of Hatred campaign. And thing is, this is also the best leveling strategy for the players that are running solo. I'll post Zaramos's leveling run in the description, going through Torment in less than 3 hours. But if the campaign is not for you, which I feel you, we're doing another strategy. If you're doing the campaign, go for normal, and if you're playing a meta build and going for another strat, you can go for hard. In any way, let's get this show on the road. Getting in, there are a few things you need to do, or else you'll screw up your leveling. Firstly, you're going to have a per-usual seasonal quest this season. Grab it and complete the first part so you can start collecting seasonal powers after you follow the steps below. Most likely, you'll also get a Nightmare Sigil. We're not sure yet, but we'll see. Next, do all of these things. Go to the wardrobe and get your trusty old dog or cat out. Make yourself a slutty transmog if you don't feel like looking at a piece of trash. If you play the Fat Wood Chopping Man, then you don't have much of a choice, as an example.
Nice.
Next, we go to the den. Unless a build in particular tells you otherwise, then you go for Subo. He's the fucking man, and he'll provide you with wall hack, making it easier to find enemies. If you can utilize crit, then you go down this path, and if you're running a damage over time build, then you go down this path. For reinforcement, use the baddie for damage or Rehair for defense. Now you do the shitty seasonal quest chain, and if you need any important aspect for your build to function, then it's time to do that as well. If you didn't receive a Nightmare Sigil doing this, then you head for the Helltides and run Whispers there. Complete them, turn them in, and either receive or craft a Nightmare Sigil by the Enchantress. Before you head into them, you want to do a few things. First, sort out your tempering. If you play a melee build, you slap on close damage everywhere. A ranged, distant enemies, a hybrid, use both. For defense, you just slap on max life everywhere. If you find usable aspects while you're leveling up, you imprint them onto your jewelry and very rarely swap them out, as it's mainly important to swap out your weapons. While you're here, you're also crafting an elixir, and make sure to keep it up for the rest of the game. Yes, that's all the way to Paragon 300. The same goes for incenses once you can afford them. And finally, if you're level 15 by now, you should have obtained your class bonus. If not, it's bugged, and you log into an old character, back in, and hopefully it should be solved, because you should no longer need to complete the class quests. Alrighty, now we're finally ready to play. It's all about Nightmare Dungeons, baby, and here's why leveling in a group is going to be twice as fast as leveling solo this season. The Forgotten Wisdom affixes. Running these, enemies now drop a gigantic experience bonus in terms of shiny golden balls. These dungeons are so fucking nasty, in fact, that they make leveling a breeze. One problem though, it's completely RNG if they drop or not, and being in a group, you quadruple your chances of getting them, meaning you just keep crafting and salvaging sigils, and you run the ones with Forgotten Wisdom on them as frequently as possible. Once within the Nightmare Dungeons, you kill basically everything. You click on all the shrines, do all the events, and complete the dungeon. You're going to do this until you're level 60 if you're in a group, and level 50 if you're playing solo. While you're in town crafting new sigils, you can equip and start upgrading the new weapons you found, continuously slapping on tempers on them. For the other gear pieces, don't even bother unless it's a substantial upgrade. And why level 50? Well, damn. Once you're level 50, you can start completing all the Strongholds, because thing is, these grant roughly the same percentage of experience for all the levels, meaning the value you get from them above level 50 is massive. And as this is a Nightmare Dungeon season, you're going to have to complete them anyways as to unlock all Nightmare Dungeons. So you simply swap back to normal, as difficulty doesn't matter when running them, and enjoy your final push to level 60. If you were playing in a group, well, chances are you're so insanely fast that you may as well do it another time when you're playing solo. It's up to you. Well, shit, you just reached level 60. Now what? Time to rush through the Torment tiers, baby. Swap to Penitent, look up a mid-game or end-game build, start filling in your paragons, and sort out all of your gear. Fix your tempers, start imprinting, run a dungeon or two if you're missing any of the important aspects, because it's time to blast. Once all of your gear and build is sorted, you should be ready to push through the pit tiers. We're going to push as high as we can. May it be pit 10, 20, 30, or 40. It doesn't fucking matter. You push while it's reasonable, and when it starts getting too difficult, you stop and you head into Nightmare Dungeons again. The best experience is usually the pit, though. And I say usually because that depends on how fast you run them and how high of a pit tier you can run. Ideally, you want to rush through the pits in 2 to 3 minutes in a group to maximize experience. But honestly, Nightmare Dungeons should also be an absolutely excellent way of leveling up your paragons now as well, with the new escalation system and affixes. Alright, now start gearing up, masterwork your gear, farm materials in the Nightmare Dungeons for the Uber bosses, and start looking at other content, because that's your life now. Nightmare Dungeons, Hell Tides, Whispers, farm for Ubers, kill Ubers, back to the pit, and repeat. You're officially in Torment 4. Your build has grown, and so has your penis. And with that, I'm done. See you in Season 9, bitches.